Okay, we're going to first loosen up the belt, take it off. In order to do that, we have to loosen the tension on the tensioner pulley. So this little bit right here that's on the tensioner pulley is a 10mm Torx, requires 10mm Torx socket. And this is the original design on this vehicle, and it has a high failure rate, so that's why I'm replacing it. Alright, so I'm going to take the Torx socket, put it in here, and I'm also going to take my drift so that I could stick it in so that the tension is relieved. So it takes a bit of doing. You need to find the hole. Take some feeling around. There is a hole connected to the other part, but let's see. There we go. That goes there. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So now I have my drift in there. The tensioner pulley feels pretty good, but I'm going to take it off. Okay, pull that back. I'm going to take the serpentine belt off now. Oh, and we're starting to get rain.
Done.
Okay. First, we're going to take the pulley, the idler pulley off. There's a dust cap right here. It easily comes off with a flat-headed screwdriver. Save this. You're going to need it for the new idler pulley because it did not come with a dust cover. So now what I did was I'm taking the Alright. I'm taking the T50 Torx bit, and I am going to take off the bolt in the idler pulley counterclockwise, and it comes out pretty easily. And the bolt should screw out very easily. And while I'm here, I'm going to check the other pulleys and everything, make sure everything is not wobbly, and everything is fine, so that's goodness. Alright, so now I'm going to take this bolt out. It's a pretty long bolt. I'm going to take the idler pulley off. I'm going to put it aside, save it for later for reuse. I'm going to get my new idler pulley right here. Put the bolt on. Put it back on here. Screw it back on. Really doesn't take too long at all. Alright, I'm going to tighten it up, and these, make sure the pulley is up against the bolt, the lip, so that it doesn't go on cockeyed. Are you getting it from the front? Because okay, I'll tighten up to spec later on. Okay, so now the idler pulley is done. Now I'm going to work on the actual tensioner pulley. I need the extension to get to both bolts. There's two of them. The first one you can see is right here, and the second one is directly across from it. And because we have the drift in there, we can gain access to that second bolt. So I'm going to loosen up this one first, a few turns. Then I'm going to move over to the second one, feel around, find out what I did with that. Try to find it, put it on. I know it's somewhere. Yeah, you just have to feel around for it. Use the mirror if you need to, but I found it pretty quickly. Okay, you can see the whole unit starting to come out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bolt all the way off. The other one was loosened up a few, so it should be in pretty good shape. Now the bolts we're going to reuse, right, because it's going to go on the other tensioner, the new tensioner that we purchased. There we go. First bolt is off. Put it on the ground. Now go after the second bolt. My gloves have broken off. There we go. The tensioner pulley with my homemade drift, which is just a nail in there. Hopefully that stays on. Have the two bolts. Let me get the new tensioner. As you can see, it already has its drift in there. That came from the factory. So now I have to position this. This is the 17 millimeter well, bolt. It's not a bolt, but you can see that it's just on there for leverage. This will be at the 7 o'clock position when I'm done, so it'll be to the bottom and to the left a little bit. So now I'm going to attach these two bolts and tighten them up. I will start with the lower one. Line up. I can see the hole very easily as I'm putting this in, and I am tightening it by hand. I saw the hole and I'm just tightening it up now. Okay, that's good. I'm going to take the other bolt, put it here, tighten this up by hand as well. Okay, now I'm going to tighten this up. Okay, I'm going to tighten up the other one down below. A little bit harder to see, it's kind of dark, but you can barely see it. Hopefully we'll beat the storm. Let's take a look down. Okay. Somewhat tight. Somewhat tight. Now I'm going to get the torque wrench. Now, it's time to put on the belt and remove the drift. It should be in good shape. Let's get the diagram that tells me how to put the belt back on. This is my first time doing this, so I don't know if there's a specific method, but you have the grooves going up here. Down here, we're going up there. here. Okay, it's got two. Take it off the tension puller. I'm going to put it on the tension puller last. Okay. Everything looks on. Don't have it quite exactly on. Okay, got it on that pulley there. Okay, I got a breaker bar just due to the amount of tension that it needs. Got to put it back on the 17 millimeter, and you can see it's only going to go up a little bit. See, now I can pull out the drift, release it back, adds all that tension back onto the belt, and the belt is very tight. Everything appears to be on track. Now it's a matter of testing our work. Okay, before I start the engine, I'm going to make sure that the serpentine belt is placed properly on all the pulleys, and it is. So I'm going to start it now, and let's see the fruits of our labor. Okay, let me everything else fine. Okay, we're done. Everything is good. Took about 30 minutes even with all of my missteps. But one thing, I advise you, don't do this. Don't look at this video and say, I'm going to do what he did. Don't do it. I'm not responsible. This is just for your entertainment value on how I did it. Done.